Welcome to a moment of calm. You don't need to do anything. Just get comfortable, breathe slowly, and let this story gently guide you to sleep. Let us know in the comments how many minutes it took you to fall asleep. Sweet dreams. I am are not simple words spoken into the air. They are not neutral sounds that disappear after being said. They move inward. They pass beneath conscious thought and settle in the place where identity is formed. When you say, I am, something within you listens quietly, not the part that evaluates or argues, but the deeper layer that learns through repetition, that builds meaning through familiarity, that accepts what is stated again and again as truth. You do not need effort for these words to reach that place. You do not need intensity, belief, or emotional force. Simply allowing the words to be present is enough. They work gently, consistently, without demand. I am here. I am present in my own life. I exist in this moment without needing to justify my presence. I am not late to my life. I am not behind where I should be. I am not disconnected from my path. This moment is not an error. It belongs. I am the one who experiences this life from the inside. No one else occupies this perspective. No one else carries this awareness. My experience matters because it is mine. I am the one who directs my life. I choose how I move forward. I choose how I meet each situation. I choose what I carry and what I release. I am not controlled by circumstances. Situations change, conditions shift, but my inner position remains mine. I do not surrender my authority to external noise. I am the authority of my inner world. Thoughts may appear, but they do not command me. Emotions may rise, but they do not decide for me. I observe, I pause, I choose. I am capable of meeting life as it unfolds. I have adapted before. I have learned through uncertainty. I have continued even when clarity was incomplete. That capacity lives within me now. I am strong in a calm and grounded way. My strength does not announce itself. It does not rush or compete. It remains steady beneath movement. I am confident in my ability to navigate change. I do not need to see the entire path. Each step reveals the next. I am allowed to trust myself. I am allowed to rely on my judgment. I am allowed to listen inwardly without doubt or apology. I am responsible for my choices, and this responsibility does not weigh me down. It restores ownership of my life. It returns power to where it belongs. I am my own power, not power over others, but power within myself. The power to decide, the power to pause, the power to begin again. I am enough as I am in this moment. I do not need comparison to confirm my worth. I do not need approval to validate my existence. I am sufficient. I am grounded in my body and supported by the present. My breath moves without effort. My presence requires no tension. I am not required to resolve everything right now. I am not required to know every answer. I am allowed to move slowly, deliberately, honestly. I am aligned with my own rhythm. I do not rush my growth. I do not force clarity. What needs to emerge will emerge in time. I am not defined by my past. Experience informs me, but it does not confine me. I am free to redefine myself now. I am becoming more secure in who I am. I am becoming more comfortable with my own presence. I am becoming more rooted in my inner authority. I am the one who leads myself forward. I guide my actions with awareness. I guide my thoughts with intention. I am not drifting unconsciously through my days. I am awake within my life. I participate in it deliberately. I am clear in my direction, even when that direction unfolds gradually. Clarity does not require urgency. It requires honesty. I am centered within myself. No matter where my attention travels, I can return here. I am steady. I am grounded. I am present. I am the source of my movement forward. I am the origin of my decisions. I am the one who shapes my inner reality. I am here. I am aware. I am in control of my inner world. And in this awareness, nothing else is required right now. This moment does not demand anything from you. There is nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to complete, nothing you need to resolve right now. The body understands this before the mind does. When pressure eases, the nervous system begins to soften on its own. I am safe in this moment. Nothing is required of me. Nothing is expected from me. I can allow myself to rest where I am. I am calm, not because everything is perfect, but because I no longer need to fight what is present. Calm does not mean absence of thought. It means the absence of threat. I am allowed to slow down. I am allowed to release urgency. I am allowed to exist without tension. My body knows how to return to balance. It does not need instructions. It responds naturally when resistance fades. Muscles soften. Breathing deepens. The system remembers safety. I am grounded in this moment. I feel supported by what is beneath me. I am not floating, not falling, not drifting away. I am here. I am peace. Peace is not something I search for. It is something I allow. It appears when I stop asking myself to be different than I am. I am emotionally stable. Emotions may move through me, but they do not overwhelm me. They rise. They pass. They settle. I remain. I am not required to suppress anything. I am not required to analyze everything. I allow emotions to exist without turning them into problems. I am safe with my feelings. I do not need to judge them. I do not need to correct them. I can let them be exactly as they are. My nervous system responds to gentleness. It calms when it is not rushed. It relaxes when it is not monitored. Safety grows in silence. I am calm in my body. I feel my breath moving naturally. I feel the weight of myself being held. There is no need to stay alert. I am balanced. I do not lean too far forward into the future. I do not sink into the past. I remain centered here. I am allowed to rest without guilt. Rest is not weakness. It is regulation. It is repair. I am protected in this moment. Nothing needs to be defended. Nothing needs to be guarded against. I can lower my internal defenses. I am calm even if thoughts continue. Thoughts do not disturb my safety. They are sounds passing through a quiet space. I do not need to follow them. I am stable in myself. I do not collapse under emotion. I do not tense against sensation. I remain steady. I am allowed to let go of vigilance. I do not need to scan for danger. I do not need to anticipate problems. Right now, I am safe. My body responds to this permission. Breathing becomes slower. The chest loosens. The jaw softens. The shoulders release. I am calm in a deep and steady way. This calm does not disappear quickly. It settles. It stays. I am at ease with myself. I do not need to perform calmness. I do not need to force relaxation. I simply allow what already knows how to rest. I am emotionally secure. I trust my capacity to feel and remain safe. No emotion threatens my stability. I am balanced between awareness and rest. I do not need to stay sharp. I do not need to disappear. I remain gently present. I am safe to pause. I am safe to slow my thinking. I am safe to let moments pass without engagement. I am calm even in uncertainty. Uncertainty does not signal danger. It signals openness. I can remain relaxed within it. I am grounded in the present. The present does not ask me to rush. It holds me quietly. I am at peace with this moment, not because it is perfect, but because it is sufficient. I am allowed to feel settled. I am allowed to feel supported. I am allowed to feel calm without reason. I am safe. I am calm. I am balanced. My body understands this. My breath confirms it. My system responds naturally. I remain here, steady and supported. Nothing more is needed right now. This moment is enough. Abundance does not arrive through force. It does not respond to tension or pressure. It unfolds when there is space to receive. I am open to abundance, not as a struggle, not as something to chase, but as a natural condition that flows toward me when resistance softens. I am aligned with the flow of life. I do not need to push against it. I do not need to hurry its movement. What is meant for me finds its way in its own time. I am abundance. This is not something I become later. It is something I recognize now. Abundance begins as an inner state before it takes any outer form. I am receptive to opportunities. I notice them without anxiety. I respond to them without fear. I allow them to meet me where I am. I am not limited by scarcity. Scarcity is a learned perception, not a permanent condition. I release the habit of expecting lack. I am supported by life. Support does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes quietly, through timing, through alignment, through unexpected openings. I am worthy of success, not because I have proven myself, but because success does not require justification. It responds to readiness, not perfection. I am successful in my own way. I define success from within. It reflects alignment, clarity, and consistency, not comparison. I am comfortable receiving. Receiving does not take from others. It completes a natural exchange. I allow good things to come toward me without resistance. I am prosperous in more than one form. Prosperity appears as stability, as ease, as freedom of choice, as the ability to respond rather than react. I am an open channel for growth. Growth does not overwhelm me. It expands me gently. I am not afraid of opportunity. Opportunity does not demand urgency. It invites participation. I meet it with steadiness. I am aligned with meaningful progress. Progress does not need exhaustion. It does not require sacrifice of peace. It unfolds naturally when direction is clear. I am confident in my ability to create value. What I bring has relevance. What I offer has place. I trust this without forcing recognition. I am attracting circumstances that support me. Support appears in many forms. I remain attentive without grasping. I am abundant in energy. I am abundant in ideas. I am abundant in possibility. These resources replenish themselves. I am not rushing toward the future. I allow success to grow at a sustainable pace. What arrives too quickly does not always last. What grows steadily remains. I am at ease with expansion. Expansion does not threaten my balance. It enhances it. I grow without losing myself. I am aligned with opportunities that match my values. Not everything needs to be accepted. Discernment is part of abundance. I am prosperous because I trust flow. I move when it is time to move. I pause when it is time to pause. Both actions support success. I am open to new paths. New paths do not erase old ones. They add dimension. I allow myself to explore without fear. I am not limited by old definitions of success. I allow success to take forms I have not imagined yet. Possibility remains open. I am supported financially, emotionally, and energetically. Support does not require struggle. It meets me when I remain receptive. I am comfortable with receiving recognition. Recognition does not change who I am. It reflects alignment, not identity. I am an active participant in my expansion. I notice when life invites growth. I respond with presence, not urgency. I am abundant in patience. I am abundant in trust. I am abundant in resilience. I am aligned with opportunities that serve my well-being. I do not accept what drains me. I choose what sustains me. I am successful because I remain consistent with myself. Integrity creates stability. Stability supports growth. I am open to success that feels natural. Success that does not demand self-betrayal. Success that integrates peace. I am abundance. I am opportunity. I am expansion. Life meets me with what I am ready to receive. I remain open, steady, and aligned. Nothing needs to be forced. Nothing needs to be chased. What belongs to me finds me. There is nothing missing in you. Nothing essential has been left out. Nothing needs to be added for you to be complete. I am whole, not because life has been perfect, but because wholeness does not depend on perfection. It depends on presence. I am not fragmented. I am not broken into parts that must be fixed. I am one continuous being, shaped by experience, held together by awareness. I am allowed to feel complete, even while I am still growing. Growth does not mean lack. Growth is movement within wholeness. I am at peace with who I am becoming. I do not need to rush my evolution. I do not need to force clarity before it is ready. What unfolds does so in the right order. I am connected to my life. I am not separate from my path. Each experience, each pause, each turning point belongs. I am the meaning I have been searching for. Purpose is not something distant or external. It emerges naturally when I live in alignment with myself. I am allowed to trust my own timing. My life does not need to resemble anyone else's path. Comparison dissolves when trust deepens. I am guided from within. This guidance is quiet. It does not pressure. It does not threaten. It simply points. I am learning to listen to myself without doubt. My inner signals are not random. They are information. They are wisdom shaped by experience. I am allowed to trust that wisdom, even when it leads me slowly, even when it asks me to wait. I am not lost. Periods of uncertainty are not detours. They are integration. I am aligned with my own truth. Truth does not need to be dramatic to be real. It feels calm. It feels steady. It feels honest. I am enough without becoming someone else. I do not need to abandon myself to belong. Belonging begins within. I am at home in myself. I do not need to escape my inner world. I can remain here comfortably. I am allowed to trust my choices. Even imperfect choices move me forward. Experience refines clarity. I am not afraid of responsibility for my life. Responsibility does not trap me. It anchors me. I am the one who carries my life forward with intention. No one else can walk this path for me, and I do not need them to. I am allowed to rest in who I am. I do not need constant transformation to be worthy. Stillness is also movement. I am grounded in my values. These values guide me quietly. They do not shout. They do not demand. They simply remain. I am allowed to change my mind. Growth includes revision. Flexibility is intelligence. I am whole even when life feels unfinished. Unfinished does not mean incomplete. It means alive. I am connected to my purpose through presence. Purpose reveals itself in how I live, how I choose, how I respond. I am becoming someone I can trust. This trust builds slowly, through honesty, through consistency, through respect for myself. I am not required to know the final destination. The path responds as I walk it. I am allowed to let life unfold without controlling every detail. Control is not trust. Trust is openness. I am aligned with myself. Alignment brings ease. Ease brings clarity. I am love in a grounded form, not idealized, not abstract. Love expressed through self-respect. I am compassionate with my own process. I meet myself where I am, not where I think I should be. I am enough in this moment. I am whole in this breath. I am complete in this presence. I am the path I walk. I am the direction I choose. I am the meaning I live. I trust myself. I trust my life. I trust this unfolding. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be proven. Nothing needs to be forced. I am whole. I am aligned. I am here, and that is enough. I remain present with myself as I am. I do not rush to become something else. I allow this version of me to exist fully, without resistance. I am patient with my unfolding. Patience is not delay. It is trust expressed through time. I am steady, even when answers are still forming. I do not interpret uncertainty as failure. I recognize it as space. I am allowed to live without constant explanation. My life does not need to justify itself to be meaningful. Meaning arises naturally through living. I am settled in my own presence. I do not abandon myself when things feel unclear. I stay. I am learning that wholeness is quiet. It does not announce itself. It is felt. I am complete even while I am still discovering. Discovery does not subtract from wholeness. It enriches it. I am at ease with not knowing everything. Not knowing leaves room for wonder, for movement, for growth. I am aligned with the rhythm of becoming. I allow life to shape me without losing myself. I trust this pace. I trust this direction. I trust myself within it. And in this trust, I rest.